Do you use LinkedIn to help you close more sales? Well, if you've ever used LinkedIn before, then you absolutely must be using LinkedIn's premium service called LinkedIn Navigator. Now, LinkedIn is not paying me to do this video. I'm simply telling you that this is the best prospect research tool out on the market. It is the absolute best way to get great data, to contact your prospects, and ultimately to make sure you know everything that's going on. LinkedIn Navigator is an absolute game changer. And there are a couple of strategies that you can use to leverage LinkedIn Navigator to help you close way more sales. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 must-know LinkedIn Navigator tips for sales to help you close more deals. Check it out. Number 1, use the advanced filters to find your prospect lists. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is one of the best tools to actually develop your prospect lists. And one of the reasons for that is because you can use advanced filters. The advanced filters are absolute gold. You can narrow down your prospect lists to very, very tight lists based on title, based on geography, based on industry. There's almost no limit to how you can narrow down your prospect lists. But one thing that we always say is that the more specific your prospect lists are, the better it is. And you can use LinkedIn Navigator's advanced filters to really narrow down in so many powerful ways to make sure that at the end of the day, your list is smaller and tighter, and it is the exact group of people that you want to be going after. You must be using this advanced filters feature. It is so simple and so easy to use and will allow you to make sure that you are only contacting the people that are your absolute best prospects. Number 2, save your best prospects. You can save prospects to prospect lists, and then you will be able to actually track everything that's going on with them. And so what we find is to really focus on your absolute best prospects that you're going to really save in LinkedIn Navigator. And what this will allow you to do is it will allow you to receive alerts and updates on anything that's going on with them. And by having these prospects in your lists in LinkedIn, you're now going to know everything that's going on with them. You're going to understand any opportunities for connections, opportunities for personalization. By saving your prospects in LinkedIn Navigator, now you have every bit of relevant data that they're basically putting out into the world, especially if they're high level, and especially if they're using LinkedIn in any way. Now you're going to have really, really powerful information, both on the prospect and on the organization that they work for. Number 3, personalize every outreach. This is one of the most critical and yet devastating mistakes that I see salespeople make all the time, is that when they use LinkedIn's InMail or they make a connection request to a prospect, they use the shotgun approach and they're not personalizing that outreach. The reality is, if you are just sending canned messages to your prospects, you are both them off and, more importantly, you're just wasting your time. Personalize your outreach. Every single bit of outreach, even your outreach that is on LinkedIn, should be highly personalized. And what's so great is because you have LinkedIn Navigator, now you can use all of the data that they are sharing with LinkedIn. You have that access to now personalize that outreach in a way that is truly meaningful and is impactful and will get them to say, oh wow, this person did their homework, I'm willing to respond, or I'm willing to connect with this person. It will have a massive impact on both the reply rates and on the connection rates with prospects when you personalize that outreach. Number 4, give value first. One of my good friends who is an absolute LinkedIn ninja always says that LinkedIn is not for selling. LinkedIn is for making connections, and that's a really powerful distinction. The sales conversation really should happen outside of LinkedIn. What you're using LinkedIn for is simply to identify the right people and make that initial connection. And what you want to do in order to make that initial connection is give value. Don't hit them with your sales pitch or try to get them to buy your product, or quite frankly, even try to jump to a meeting right away. Instead, just give them value. Maybe you have an ebook or a white paper or some kind of a cool sample that you can send to them. Those are the kinds of things that you want to be offering to prospects. You want to be giving things of value before you make an ask in return. Always give value on LinkedIn. Don't just try to take. Number 5, take a deep dive on every good prospect. LinkedIn Navigator is simply and unequivocally the best sales research tool on the market. It is so fantastic at allowing you to get a deep dive on a prospect that's worth your time to really understand everything that's going on. You can both take a deep dive on the prospect themselves, understanding, of course, things like their education, what they've recently posted, where they physically live, their prior experience in terms of other jobs, understanding everything you can about this person. And then you can do the same thing on the organization. The number of employees that work there, the number of people in your prospect's department, all of these really great pieces of data that you can get simply by going through and taking a deep dive on both the prospect and on the organization. This is such a simple thing, but we can get so much powerful and relevant data to use in order to both engage prospects and, once we have them on the phone, ways to show that we've really done our homework. So there are the 5 must-know LinkedIn Navigator tips for sales to help you close more deals. Also, if you got some value, please like this video below on YouTube and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking my face that should be right about here to get access to a new video just like this one each week.